Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hey everybody, Khalid Muscle here, and I wanted to give everybody an insight on what brand ambassadors and a sponsorship entails. You know, when I first started out in the entertainment business, I started on YouTube about 10 years ago. It'd be exactly 10 years in April I started my YouTube channel. And so I was messing around with the internet. I didn't know the overall purpose of it, but I was pushing out content daily. I was telling all my followers happy birthday or happy anniversary, congrats on your marriage, you know, just little stuff like that, not seeing the overall picture, but just being, you know, trying to be a good human being. It didn't equate to money or financial stability. You know, at that time when I started, it was just for fun and you know, show people that I was trying to be positive from coming to a negative situation. So I didn't see the overall impact that it was going to take. So then when I got to Hollywood, I kept on, started my Facebook, YouTube videos. I was only putting out 1 or 2 videos every month or 2 months, but every video I was putting out was going viral. And so you know, from there I just kept hustling, and then I did a few commercials. I had a couple of muscle up videos that was viral, so a lot of people had knew me, but it still wasn't no money involved on YouTube. And I'm talking about 2010 now, when I moved to LA. So like I said, I did a few commercials. So from there, ProLab, was it ProLab? Yeah, ProLab. They had an ad in they had an ad on what was that shit called? What is it called? Excuse my French. I'm trying not to cuss this video. What's that site? It didn't come to my mind, but it's early in the morning. I have an age. I wanted to pump this out because my mind get to working as I'm sleeping, and so I was like, let me do this video because a lot of people don't have the definition of it. I'm still trying to think of that site. It's a site everybody go. They still got it. People killing people, they calling them and all that. Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I submitted to a post looking for a bodybuilder. So they called me up. I did a little audition, showed my abs and my muscles, and so they wanted me to do a photo shoot. And so it's actually my best photo shoot to date, to be truthful, which was a ProLab ad with me with the bar over my head and a girl looking at me while I'm doing it. And so from there, but they paid me to do the shoot. From there, they wanted to see if I was going to be good with their company, because they seen that I had a good following at the time. I had about 500,000 followers on Facebook. Instagram, I think, had just hit, and I wasn't taken to it. So my focus at that time was Facebook and YouTube. So from there, I did the Arnold Classic. I went to the Arnold Classic with ProLab and worked their booth. They was trying to see how I interact with people, and that's a lot of you guys don't realize, man. It's just because a company lets you be a brand ambassador, which is the start. Because being a sponsored athlete, you're talking about getting anywhere from 500, well, let's say 250 to at one time, Phil, Ronnie, and Jay Cutler was getting 250,000 to $1 million a year from companies. But they had the mega following, you know what I mean? And so I had 500,000. My YouTube channel at the time had about, I would have to say, I just did the documentary. So my YouTube went from 6,000 to about 100,000. I think I had 100,000 subscribers and 500,000 Facebook. And I probably just hopped on Instagram. So I had numbers, you know, and I've been in commercials. You know, I have been in 4 commercials, did some TV stuff. I did the Old Navy commercial. I did a Planet Fitness. The Geico came later. And I did a lot of other ones. You know, a lot of people can Google. They ask me if I'm into acting. I'm a SAG-AFTRA union actor. So you could go put in Kali Muscle movies. It'll pop up. Anyway, so I had a resume going on. You know what I mean? And so ProLab, they seen how I interacted with everybody. And they loved me. So they wanted to sign me. But at the time, like I said, I was doing a lot of commercials, bringing in quite a bit of money. So I had... I had a sight on how much I wanted to make. And at the time, I was lowballing myself. I was only asking for $2,500 a month to represent their company, and I was fast growing. And so they had discrepancies or whatnot, and so it fell through. It didn't go through. So from there, I started working with other little companies on Instagram. I had some watches out. I started my little clothing. I was working with Gorilla Wear, so working with Russian Bear, but nothing lasted, and nothing was, all of it for me was stepping stones. It was to keep going forward, so I was an ambassador for Russian Bear Nutrition. That only lasted, man, I don't even think 2 months, 2-3 months, and then they fell through or whatever. And my watches, I worked with them. I'm trying to think who else I worked with. But what I'm getting around to say is that I'm doing the ambassador program right now, letting people be ambassadors. A lot of people don't get it. This is work, and I'm being real grateful, and I'm showing my gratitude. I'm doing a 20%. Well, no, excuse me, 15%. Each sale for each ambassador. Companies don't do that. One company just contacted me, a watch company out of Dubai. They wanted to give me 10% of every sale. Now, when you're getting started, getting your numbers up, that's cool. But when you're in the position that I'm in, with my own companies, clothing, I have a book out, music, I got supplements, which I started myself. People are sending me fucking DMs and texts that want to be brand ambassadors, asking me how to fill out the contract. I can't work with people like that. You got Google. I'm a ex-con, excuse my French, nigga from the hood, and I never have to ask nobody nothing. I go straight to Google. Google is my best friend. Google is the reason that I got where I am. You know what I mean? So shouldn't nobody have to ask nobody nothing. I Googled how to bodybuild, how to act, how to write a book, how to put my music on iTunes. Everything I did, I Googled it. I didn't have to, ain't no man sat down and taught me nothing. I Googled how to edit, how to Photoshop, how to do all this. I do all my everything. Social media, this video I'm posting, live stream, I learned all of that. So all of you can too. You know what I mean? So a few people DM me, oh, you doing any sponsorship? Can I be a sponsor instead of ambassador? They don't even have 100,000 followers. Followers is everything now. I don't give a fuck how you feel, following is everything. Quick story, I went to an audition in LA, and this black actress, young, because her followers are low. I'm like, how many social media people you got? Oh, I don't have many. They don't mean nothing. Followers and fake people. People can buy followers. And so we go in the audition room together, audition. Soon as we walk in the door, the director is on his laptop. He looked at me and said, man, you got a high following. I looked at her. She like opened her mouth. Like, oh, they tripping on that? Everybody tripping on. That shows that you're pushing out content. You're active with people. People like you or dislike you, which when you got a high following, it's going to be 50-50. You know what I mean? So following is everything, homie. A lot of people, oh, I don't have that. I can't work up to that. Will you still work with me? No. I had to grind. You got to grind. When you're in the music business, They don't get signed until they put out a hit. Simple as that. Then from when they put out their hit, they can negotiate what they want. Until then, you go, you got to do what you got to do. So sponsorship, like I said, is when you got a high following. You can negotiate, yay or nay. You know what I mean? Until you get your following up, you go 9 times out of 10, you got to be an ambassador. And with me, with Hyphy Mud, ambassador, you can see some bread. And not only that, you get the opportunity to get notice from me posting good posts that you do. That's the only time on my personal Instagram and social media you got to put out a high quality. As if you my ambassador, these are my ambassadors, Hyphy Mud ambassador, brand ambassadors. Only time I'll post on my personal page. My Facebook has 2.3 million, YouTube 1.5 million, Instagram 600 some thousand. My Twitter, I think Twitter only got about low. I never really got active on Twitter. But if I posted any of my social media, it got to be high quality, some good. I've posted people before I didn't even know, but it had good video, high quality. Quality is everything right now. You know what I mean? So get you a good camera. iPhone cameras are spectacular if you operate them right. So that's the thing with ambassadors, man. And so a lot of people try to get big-headed too fast. Just, I learned in life, it's a pecking order. And you gotta, if anybody read the 48 Laws of Power, you gotta get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? Don't get big-headed too fast, man. I'm still, humble within, because I know at any given moment that it all could be taken away from me. That's why I work hard as I do. So I hope that explained brand ambassadors. Brand ambassadors, let me get in more detail as far as social media. You want to post, for me, minimum of 4 times a month. But your posts, however much you sell, is how much you go want to post. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people act like I'm seeing these DMs and emails of ambassadors. They act like they're doing me a favor. And not to sound cocky or arrogant or whatever, I don't. I built this brand off me, my hard work, my face. But I wanted to help other people get a platform and possibly me help you guys so you can branch off, do your own thing, or as other opportunities come that's better, you jump on that. And that's just how life is. You know what I mean? You got to keep moving. If something comes along better, then you hop on that. That's just how it go. And I know the logistics of businesses and how to run them. I ran gangs. Was in a fraternity. I've been in businesses. I was my own personal trainer owner, a barber shop, a stripper. That's a hell of a business. Pimp. I was selling dope. I mean, I did it all. So I learned business and how to treat people fair. So brand ambassadors, make sure you guys have a video with the product. And like I say with mine, however much you post is how much ever you go make. And you go see when people really love you is if they purchase or use your promo code. You know what I mean? So like I said, this is stepping stone. And brand ambassadors, what happens is when companies like myself, Hyphy Mud, see that a brand ambassador is working basically and making moves, people are receptive to them, they become sponsored. You know what I mean? And that's when you get a cut salary once a month. And sponsor could be either good or bad, because if you're selling more than what you're making, then you'll be losing. So it's you know what I mean? You got to play it right. People think sponsorships is better than brand ambassadors, and in some cases it's not. Let's just say you selling 1,000 bottles of Hyphy Mud, which would be 4,500, right? Just a roundabout figure, 4,500, because you're making 15% off of $29, $30, so that's $450. So that's $405,000, but I'm only paying you $500 a month. You see what I'm saying? So you got to just know, and it's a learner's experience. I mean, I'm still learning on a lot of stuff as I go. You know, and I've been in this business, social media business, over 10 years now. So that's what it is with sponsors. Sponsors get paid a salary, monthly salary, but you got to do expos. You got to work hard. You know what I mean? And expos is not a easy job. I do them all, and I stand up 9-10 hours straight in one spot. A lot of people can't sustain that. People at expos come up to me and ask me how I do it, and you know, it just I was born for this. A lot of people trying to force themselves into being something they not. Find your gift, ride with it, baby. So I think I touched on all points. You know what I mean? Just post as much as you want to make. Being a brand ambassador, man, and work hard, get seen, and if your work will speak for itself, and that's when a company will sponsor you. You know what I mean? Like I say, it kind of irks me when guys that don't have barely 10,000 followers, subscribers, asking for a sponsorship. That's just not how this system works. So with that, I hope I touched on everything. I know this was a long ranting video, but I hope y'all enjoy it. Hoping to open your eyes. Another thing, it just hit me. How much you work out in the gym and your muscles don't mean nothing. Just being honest. That's just this is just to catch people's eyes, these muscles. But if you don't know how to talk and interact and be personable with people, none of this matters. And that's what I'm trying to teach y'all. People think just because they all swole up that they go get wealthy and rich. Where's there a billionaire bodybuilder? There's not too many multi-millionaire bodybuilders. You know why? Because y'all don't think you have to talk. Your body don't speak for itself. You got to talk and interact. That's why a lot of people don't like Kali Muscle, because I was one of you guys. There was introverted, antisocial, didn't talk a lot, looking tough. Then I learned to get wealthy, you got to open your mouth and talk. You know what I mean? So just because you yoked, got 10, 20,000, that don't mean nothing, homie. You got to open your mouth, and this for the females too. Just because you twisting your ass up, looking pretty, and you got to talk. And that's who got the highest following. People that talk, interact with people, see that they're personable, likable, and relatable. So I'm going to end off on that note because that sounded good, didn't it? So with that, I love y'all. Hope this video helped you out. If you got any questions, put them in the comments section, because I might have not went into detail with certain little stuff that you want to know. But yeah, I'm going to end off with this. Google is your best friend. Google it, baby. I love y'all. I'm out.